got Kent French on the phone. Is the name familiar? Mr. French, Mr. Kent French. He holds a world record, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. French, what is your world record for?
Most claps in a minute.
Wow. Most claps in a minute.
Now, of course, you have to ask this question right up front, Kent. Why?
Too much coffee? I'm not sure.
Hide the caffeine. Where are you from, Kent?
I'm from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Is this a natural talent or something you developed?
I got my degree in music as a percussionist at the University of Wyoming.
I see.
So the natural talent was the fast hands.
Fast hands, yeah.
And then the technique was the other part of the equation that I came up with.
How do these world records work? Do you have to have somebody from Guinness present during your effort?
That's a good question. I thought the same thing. When I finally got a hold of them, which was a pretty tough way to do it, and you got to do it online if you're going to do it. They came back with the rules and regulations, and I had to have two audio engineers there that the local radio station provided. I did it live on the air. And then two witnesses that are kind of in that field. And I went with music because there's not a lot of clapping professionals out there. And then a fifth disinterested party to verify the count. And then I had to send all those statements in and a CD and the video and all that to Guinness.
That's
and
interesting.
If you want
That's interesting. Like on the Stephen D.C. show here, I guess the disinterested party would be Uncle George.
Yeah.
If we were to have someone for that.
Yes. I mean, that's a lot.
Poor guy.
I didn't realize it was such an ordeal you had to have that many people involved to break a record.
Yeah.
Right. If you want someone from Guinness there, you got to pay. I think that's the way it works.
Now, are you the Guinness World Record clapper?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. And give us the website you went to in case some of our listeners maybe could break a world record in a different category.
It was Guinness Book of World Records. You just type that up on yahoo.com.
Guinness Book of World Records, all right.
Yep.
Well, folks, we're going to hear Kent French right here, the world record clapper. Am I saying that right?
I don't know how else you would say it.
World record clapper demonstrate for us his ability to clap 721 times.
Is that right? 721 times?
Yep, that's 12 claps per second. And then I did it for a whole minute.
Wait a minute. 12 claps per second is what you do.
Now, hang on a second. Let's you and I just for a moment. Okay, 12 per second. It takes... That is a quick hand.
Takes me back to my boyhood.
Those are some quick hands.
Well, you got to have the wrist action of a single man for sure.
How many could you do in 1 second? I mean, what,
embarrassingly
3?
Pretty good at it.
Yes, you are.
But you're probably doing, 4 or 5 in 1 second?
Well, that would take 15 a second.
Well, they would have to slow this down on the tape to count them.
I mean, Kent can do 12 per second. That's amazing.
Kent, can we hear it?
Sure.
We're going to do 3, 2, 1, go, and start our clock, all right?
Oh, you got to time me? For how long?
60 seconds.
No.
What's wrong?
It's
It
not
takes
like we
me a
can...
whole hour to warm up properly to do.
Oh, an hour to warm up. So he woke up a little rusty. It's not like we could keep count anyway.
This is not a competition. This is an exposition.
That's right. I understand. All right. Well, hey.
It kind of helps me get warmed up. I could clap first kind of rhythmically, and it shows off the artistic value of clapping. And then it only takes a couple seconds to be warmed up, and then I start real slow and go into the hyper.
Okay, that sounds good.
The hyper clapping.
All right, let's go for it here. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, world record clapper Kent French.
Okay, here we go.
That wasn't it. Man alive! Now I feel like I should smoke a cigarette. That sounded like the Flintstones car. You could have done sound effects for the Flintstones, bro. That's pretty cool, man.
That is some sleight of hand.
I bet when you go to like a show of some kind and where people would clap or speech or whatever, you could really get some looks, man.
Well, I was thinking about hiring out as a professional audience.
You could probably get hired by like Arnold Schwarzenegger to go out to California and just follow him around when he does these stump speeches and just clap.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's
Kent.
a shame we don't have a guy like Kent in our radio studio every morning.
Oh,
Can you imagine? He's clapping every time he hears something funny.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Be nonstop. It would
That
be.
is something, Kent.
We'll trade you one disinterested bystander for a record-holding clapper.
Sorry, George. See ya.
Hey, Kent, that is awesome. Congratulations, brother. What do you do for a living?
I'm a restaurant manager at Red Lobster here in Rapid City, South
Yummy.
Dakota.
A manager. You manage the Red Lobster.
Right.
Do people there know about your world record, and are they always wanting you to clap?
Exactly.
I bet you get tired of that.
People
don't you?
people bring in cameras now and take pictures and autograph menus, and they take them, and yeah, it's crazy.
Great. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Got to be good for business at the Red Lobster, man.
Very nice.
I would think so. Well, there he is, folks, the world record clapper, 721 in 1 minute. Mr. Kent French, our guest. Give him a round of applause.
Wait a minute. Give yourself a hand, Kent.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Give yourself a hand. You can't compete with that, man. Have a good day, bro.
Thanks.
amazing.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That was funny.
Didn't it sound like the Flintstones car, though?
It did.
How does he do that?
Well, I don't know.
12 a minute, 12 a second, 12 claps a second.
Kind of funny to me, though, is he has to warm up because he did the rhythmic clapping, and he was actually pretty good at that. The
Very good.
Rhythmic clap, and then he went into the fast clap, but to do 12 in 1 second?
And I'll tell you what, for a world record, you think they get money or anything? All he do is get a sheet of paper that's a certificate that says
Discount his.
No, it says right here. You think they would
Steelers
get money
thunder.
for it?
That's right. You always got to one up somebody, don't you?
Steelers.
Let the poor man have his record.
Try to do it.
Can I see you in the hall later?
I love
Yeah,
it.
you always
I'm
got
going to get down with this girl, man.
And now, words of wisdom from Uncle George.
Now, I've been in the business 30-some years, and I do have a lifetime first-class radio telephone license as issued by the Federal Communications. Yeah, that's coming.
Old Man River.
This has been Words of Wisdom from Uncle George.
He's the best.
Uncle George's worst nightmare. Now he said his wife is calling
she
him Old
is.
Man River.
Oh, my Lord.
His wife is calling him Old Man River. Can you believe that? Zip it, Old Man River. Is that what she says, too?
Yeah, she says, 7 Old Man River, I'll break your hand.
You know, I have to say, though, I agree with Old Man River. I see the point that he's making.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like those folks that spend all the time climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And they get to the top, and then basically all they say is, okay, time to go back down.
Yeah, usually they have a sponsor that helps fund their trip or something like this. This guy only gets his stinking certificate.
DCU, like Uncle George, don't understand people like me and Stacy, people born with an adventure gene.
That's right. We're go-getters.
An adventure, it's an adventure.
I believe the only adventure genes. Never mind, I won't say it.
It's
I know, they don't fit anymore.
It was ugly.
Very tight.
It was ugly to say.